thank you for the great sharing, Raymond.
Thank you.
So would you first offer some tips for other young entrepreneurs? How would they choose their co-founders or collaborators?
It's not easy. I think for the most part, if you are looking for a co-founder, make sure you look for ones that have complementary skill sets. So, I mean, for example, if you're a design guy and you want to do a tech startup, then preferably you want to get a tech guy, right? And perhaps even another business person, perhaps as a third co-founder, and so on and so forth. So make sure aside from the fact that you need to like each other and know each other, make sure you come together and bring something different to the table, and that'll make things a lot easier.
Yeah. So when you first started your business, what is the hardest part? What do you need most?
Well, aside from finding co-founders, okay, so that one is definitely a must. Secondly is knowing how to go out and get your first customers. I think that's very key. I mean, I guess even before that, you have to make sure your business makes sense. But leading up to that is finding people who actually value what you're making. So, and I think don't just make something that because you think is cool or you think that you need it. Really go out and validate your business idea. Make sure that what you're making, what you're spending time on, people would actually use it and perhaps pay you $1 for it, right? Go out and do your research, do your validation, go out and talk to people. I'll give a really quick example for us. For example, we're Shopline. We're an e-commerce platform that allows merchants to create their own e-commerce websites. We literally went to merchants and asked them, would this be valuable to you? Would this be valuable to you? And you get a lot of learnings from that. But without doing that and you just try to jump and skip before you can even walk, it's going to be that much harder.
Yeah. So how much time did you actually spend on validation or talking to people?
A pretty long time, I guess a good number of months, perhaps even. I mean, in the beginning, so like I said, we're an e-commerce platform, so we want to make sure we build a tool that merchants will want to use, right? So we actually went to one of the local malls in Hong Kong, and we went door by door and just knocked on the door. I mean, granted, 90% of them told us to go away, but the ones that did talk to us, they said, hey, listen, it'd be great, it sounds good, but it'd be even better if you did this and so on and so on. So you get them excited, you get them to think about the possibilities, right? What you are offering, what kind of value you're bringing, and you can learn a lot, right? So I mean, for us, we literally went to a mall and went to every single store and just talked to all the owners, or at least all the people who were running it. It took a good couple of months. Yeah.
So how do you keep your company competitive?
I think in the panel I also talked about this, right? Staying innovative, and I think innovation means actually different things to different people. For us, it's more about and disruption. Okay, so it's two kind of words that you get thrown around, but I think for us specifically, our product is actually not that new. It's not really like some kind of breakthrough idea in terms of technology-wise. But what we are breaking through is matching that with the culture of Asia. So again, we're targeting merchants in Asia. So the way they do business is very different from the way they do business in, let's just say, the U.S. Right? The U.S. You build a website, you click, and you just assume everything's online. In Asia, your customers, our customers, they want to get touched a little bit. You got to talk to them, you have to understand them. Those are the kind of little things that we have to do to stay competitive, and also matching our technology with the culture. So not necessarily disrupting the culture, but also disrupting it, but making their lives easier by injecting technology. That in of itself is innovation, and there's a lot of work to be done there. Staying ahead of the big companies, you would think is actually a very difficult thing to do, and it is a very difficult thing to do. But at the same time, if you're doing it and you're doing it right and you're doing it fast enough, they will never be able to catch you, because they even if they have money, they would not be able to do what you do so quickly and so fast. And I think that's kind of our edge, being localized for the merchants in Asia.
Yeah, and regarding the cultural issue, so did you learn by experience, or how did you figure that out?
So no, I mean this, in terms of the markets that we're in, every market in Asia is very different. I mean, in the US, if you start a company in New York, you could win the entire US in a year or whatever, right? Because it's easy, because they all speak the same language, they all do the same things. For Asia, you fly 1 hour and it's a different world. You have no idea what's going on, right? And again, I say this all the time. Let's just say even Hong Kong and Taiwan, it's very similar, but at the same time, it's different because they have their own ways of doing things, right? For example, if you buy things online for e-commerce, you would expect to, English PayPal. You click, you buy, it comes to your house. It doesn't work that way in Asia. They have a lot of, they do the cash and delivery, they do the bank transfer stuff. Not to mention the credit card penetration is pretty low in Southeast Asia, for example. A lot of the countries, they leverage convenience stores for pickup and deliver and fulfillment. So all of this stuff you kind of have to grasp, but we don't know from day one. you don't know until you talk to your customers and you learn it, and they'll be like, hey, listen, I don't do it this way, I do it this other way, and this is how you can make my life better. And that's kind of how we kind of like shift it around and become, you know, what we need to be.
Okay, so when we talk about people, besides co-founders, I guess like employees are also an important part in the company. So how do you retain great employees?
I think having the right culture is definitely key. I think that word kind of gets around a lot as well, culture. The culture is not just, you know, like foosball tables and ping pong and all that. I mean, that's good too, but I think it's how you talk to each other, how you communicate, how you work with each other, you know, build a camaraderie, you know, make it a place where people actually want to work. And yes, you have fun, but at the same time, you're also very, very serious about what you're doing, and make sure that they believe in what you do. I think for us, you know, we're very fortunate in that our core team, our A team, I can say, there are a couple of referrals from my co-founder Tony, and so on and so forth. And then from there, kind of, you build the momentum. You know, you build the brand. Branding is also very important as well. You know, giving them the kind of not just hope, but giving them the confidence that we're building something really big here. And of course, you as leaders, as management, you have to show that we're capable of doing it. You know, come with us and do this together. We won't let you down, and we'll make sure we succeed. That's how you kind of have to approach it, and then it kind of grows from there.
Yeah, so let's talk about social media. So it's in everyone's life. So do you think it's like helping a business, or is disclosing too much information?
I think it's good. I think it's great. I mean, we use social media a lot, actually. We use social media we use advertising-wise for, like, you know, social networks and of course the search engines, etc. But at the same time, we also, you know, need to engage with the customers, right? I mean, how much you disclose is up to you. Obviously, you don't want to disclose too much of stuff that you don't want to disclose, but, you know, use social media as a tool. That's what it is, right? It's a tool for you to engage with your potential customers and existing customers and just leverage it. So I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as a great thing, especially when social media is so kind of so popular and so it's so widely used now in Asia. You know, whether it's Facebook or whatever it is, leverage it and kind of make it work for you.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much for your sharing.
Great, thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
You.